Saint Patrick is one of the most beloved and well-known saints in the world, often associated with the shamrock and the celebration of faith in Ireland. But behind the traditions and legends lies the real story of a man who overcame hardship and devoted his life entirely to God and to the conversion of a nation. Patrick was born in Britain around the year 385, into a Christian family. His father was a deacon, and his grandfather a priest. Yet Patrick himself was not deeply committed to his faith as a boy. Everything changed when, at the age of 16, he was captured by Irish raiders and taken as a slave to Ireland. For 6 long years, he worked tending flocks in harsh conditions, suffering loneliness and fear. Yet, it was in this time of trial that Patrick's heart turned fully to God. He began to pray constantly, finding strength and hope in the presence of Christ even in the wilderness. One night, Patrick had a vision in which God told him it was time to escape. He managed to flee his captors, traveling many miles until he found a ship that eventually brought him back home to his family, reunited with his loved ones. He could have stayed in the comfort of safety, but God had other plans for him. In another vision, Patrick heard the voices of the Irish people calling him back, begging him to walk among them once more and bring them the message of the gospel. Patrick entered religious training, eventually becoming a bishop. With courage and trust in God, he returned to the very land where he had once been a slave, not seeking revenge, but offering salvation. His mission was not easy. The Irish were deeply rooted in pagan practices, and many resisted his message. Yet Patrick preached with boldness, performed miracles, and showed the power of God in ways that touched the hearts of the people. One of the most famous stories tells how Patrick explained the mystery of the Holy Trinity using a simple shamrock, a 3-leaved plant. By holding up the shamrock, he showed that just as the 3 leaves are united in one stem, so the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit are 3 persons in one God. This simple yet profound teaching became a lasting symbol of Irish Christianity. Patrick also confronted the Druids, the religious leaders of the time, and many accounts tell of him performing signs that revealed the supremacy of Christ over pagan gods. Despite the dangers he faced, Patrick never wavered. His mission was one of conversion through love, sacrifice, and the proclamation of the truth of Christ. By the time of his death around 461, Patrick had laid the foundation for Ireland to become one of the most Christian nations of the Middle Ages, a land that would send missionaries across Europe to keep the light of faith alive during dark times. His legacy is not just in the miracles attributed to him or in the legends that grew around his name, but in the countless souls who came to know Christ because of his tireless efforts. St. Patrick's story is one of transformation. A boy captured and enslaved became a man of unshakable faith, willing to return to the place of his suffering in order to save others. His life shows us the power of forgiveness, the strength that comes from prayer, and the courage of a true missionary heart. Today, when we see the shamrock or hear stories of St. Patrick driving snakes out of Ireland, we are reminded not only of legends, but of the deeper truth. One person, fully surrendered to God, can change the course of history. If the story of St. Patrick has inspired you, I invite you to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and share it with others who might need encouragement in their faith. And in the comments, tell us what part of Patrick's journey speaks to you the most. Let us continue to learn from the saints and grow together in faith.